Hello, today we'll try to learn the difference between the visible and the render. For this, I have taken an ADF page, an AJSPX page, in which I'll try to add three components. I'm just adding the input text field, one more input text field, and another input text field. So here I'm putting three input text fields. In the first input text fields, the property I'll leave it as it is. So it is the basic property. And for the second one, I'll try to put the visible property as false. And for the third input text field, I'll put the render property as false. So now you can see there are no two input text fields where I have placed the visible false and the render false. We are only able to see the input text field which is having visible true and the render true. So if we go to the source, we can see I have three input text fields where label 1, first one is having an ID of IT1 and it doesn't have any properties. Second one IT2 which have a visible property as false, and the third one is IT3 which has the render property of false. Now we'll try to know the difference between these three. So basically if you see in the design mode you cannot find any of the difference, but whenever we'll try to run the page then we can find the difference. So here our UI page is ready. We are able to see the only one input text field, the IT1, which is a render true and visible true. We are unable to see the both other fields where the render is false and visible is also false. So but in normal view we cannot see this in design view, but when I go to an inspect mode, here all the code of this page can be seen. That time I'll try to inspect this tag. Then if you try to see, here we have a class. This is the table class. This is the IT1. This is the input text field which we have created, so which is visible here for us. And now if I go down, you are able to see there is one more field which is IT2, but here its style class is given as display none. So the tag has been rendered for this, but there is no visibility of that input text field. So this is visible false. So whenever you put the tag as visible false, whenever you put the property as visible false, then the tag will be displayed or rendered, but it will not be visible. Why? Because its style class will be display none. Whenever you put it as a render false, that time the tag will not be rendered here. So we cannot see that tag here. So IT3 tag we cannot see, but we can only see the tag of IT2 and also IT1. So the IT1 tag and IT2 tag is only visible, but IT3 tag is not visible. Why? Because it has been rendered false. So whenever it is visible false, the tag will be displayed, but it will not be visible here. So if we try to remove the style class display none, then you see that that component is present over here. So it is actually rendered in the page, but it is not visible to us. But the IT3 one is not at all rendered. So that is the main difference between visible and rendered. Thank you.